We are using gaming money to, along with a generous grant, to buy a new truck. So, we keep medical gear, AEDs, radios, extra equipment. We do a lot of support for medical practice and evacuation of athletic events. And then back here in the back, so this is our, for lack of better words, our command post, but it's also where we can warm people up quickly. It's heated. You can see we use technology that's GPS tracking, where we actually, if we're in cell phone range, we have real-time tracking of our search teams. And that was a search last year on Memorial Day. And then, some of the other equipment. Here's an example of gaming bought this. This is called a Terratamer wheel. And basically what it does is it allows you to carry the person down a single track hiking trail much easier than carrying them. And as an example, we did a rescue up on Lazy Mountain that took us 4 hours to get the gentleman down, but with that it would have been an hour. We bought it afterwards. Some of the other equipment, you can see we have 2 of these ATVs here, and so these are used to carry teams to the field. Also, as you can see, can carry people out of the field as a medical evacuation if a helicopter's not available or something like that. We have 2 of these because we always work in a pair. And then some of the other equipment, our rescue boat that we don't rescue people in that boat, but we work our dogs. And we have dogs out in the car if you decide you want us to bring them in. But the dogs work off the front of the boat, and they can detect the human scent odor in the water, so that we know where to send the divers down. So
we're deployed by the troopers. We aren't called by private citizens. And what your guys' monies helps us with equipment, but it also helps us with training.
So Flo loves playing with the dogs.
This is why I'm on the team.
That's quite all right. They need somebody to play with.
And while we're standing here, you can see we actually created a little memorial for our dogs that have passed away. Yeah.
So a big part of our team are our canines. We have motorized, we have ground team, but our dogs are really helpful, and they all have to be certified. It takes about 2 years for them to be certified. So part of the grant monies we get from you guys helps go to training. We have outside trainers that come up. We have categories of dogs and how they work. Hunter and Lyra work off leash and find anybody that's lost in the woods. Stella she's not certified yet. She's been trained to be trailing dog, and so we give her a scent article at the start. She's on a leash, and she'll try to find her tracks. Cool. And all of these dogs eventually are cross-trained in human remains, which in Alaska, a lot of times it's recovery rather than rescue. And we cross-train them land and water. So we do a lot of work with our dogs, and the canines are a pretty important, they're the most important part, but they're a pretty important part of our team. So what we use the monies for the dogs is to train them. We don't have FEMA dogs up here.
There are none, and what FEMA has told us, it'd take them 2 weeks. So these are the dogs that would respond to disaster, and we train for, say, earthquakes.
Yeah, so they'd be useful in a disaster, but we don't have the specific FEMA.
Yeah,
and then Mark and I went down to Juneau, where it was a state-funded training, but FEMA representatives came up and we talked about collapse zones and training and disasters, and so that was really valuable.
Last year, the year before, you had the Arctic Eagle, where we had the FEMA came up here, worked with all the dog teams in the state.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're also, these dogs are in most cases the cadaver dogs for the state troopers when they're looking for the missing. So.
And you guys train your own dogs, or?
Yeah, they're our own dogs.
The one thing about our group is we're all volunteers.
We're, covered by the state workers' comp when we're working for the troopers. We do get some reimbursement for fuel, maybe broken equipment, depending on what it is from the troopers. We also export. We have quite a bit of expertise in our particular group, and we export that. We've done it around the state where we teach at 4-day search and rescue academy. And our most recent one was actually to help a brand new team in Homer. So,
Awesome.
So we've been able to go to White Mountain and Nome and Bethel.
Bethel, Kotzebue, and have taught in all these locations. And then also, I get a chance to go down and teach at the Trooper Academy. So, we get a lot of opportunities, but we work hard and we're all volunteers. And gaming money plays a key role in that. Being able to have all the equipment up front to go do the rescue. If you don't have the equipment, then it makes it hard.
Right.
Right. So how can our community get involved and basically help you guys? What can they do to help your mission and what you guys do?
We have a lot of trainings involving canines where we want volunteers to come help and work with us and fight for the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of public education, and people can come and help learn about what we do.
We're one of the only teams in the state that have an integrated canine team with a ground search and rescue team. And so it's nice because the canines can find them maybe, and then our ground team are the ones that do the actual rescuing with the equipment that we purchased from gaming. And it's even beyond the big stuff. It's like helmets, bright jackets, bright shirts, all that sort of stuff. It all, so they know who we are, so that when a drone is flying, we can pick out and go, oh, those are the rescuers versus who are those folks.
Right.
So
And if they want to donate, they could do it.
And also on our website.
Yeah.
and they would be able to sign up for those volunteer opportunities on your website as well?
They can contact us via email.
Perfect.
And sometimes on Facebook. We
Yeah.
have a big avalanche workshop every spring.
Probably the biggest way to help us right up front is through charitable gaming. That allows us to not only, if we apply for a grant, to match some of the monies with a grant, but also to buy the little things that you don't think of, So the bandages, all that sort of, nobody gives us the medical equipment, the AEDs and everything. Some of it is on loan, but some of it we've had to purchase. We go to the top of the mountain. The standard AED that's in an ambulance is a little heavy to take to the top of the mountain if you're hiking.
Along with all the other equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
We do joint training with the fire departments, and we've done it with dive rescue.
Yeah, so last year we did a big exercise on Big Lake with water rescue and West Lakes Fire Department and us, where we had stage dummies, mannequins in the water and on shore, and so the three agencies worked together and did a big exercise that was very successful. So when we are called to work together on a real search, so it just makes it go a bit smoother. We were also able to just check out our radios with theirs, and then they were able to see our data we can get from tracking. So
Because our searches actually involve multiple agencies. So it's nice to do that training.
yeah, and then with the SAR academies we've had at Palmer that we've hosted, we've had some of the water rescue and fire department members come to those trainings as well. So it's been really valuable for us to just be familiar with each other.
Yeah, last January we had 4 troopers and 4 policemen from the valley. Gaming money directly paid for Flo and I to go to search and rescue drone training. We have a drone that's on loan from the state, and allowed us to be able to use the software in there to use it to do the searching. So all we had to do, instead of flying it, was watch the screen.
That's awesome.
So,
And we also do presentations at some of the local schools and daycare facilities to tell the kids what to do if they do get lost and not be afraid of the dogs. And then we do demos with them, and we've done some stuff with the local libraries as well, presentations. So we're always willing to go do that to any organization. We even went to the homeschool big event they have in Anchorage a couple times. So we really enjoy those, and it seems to help get the word out.
When was MATSAR founded?
In 2003. So we've been around for 23 years. So, we're well established, but we are an all volunteer team. So, people come and go. And, but, having equipment and having a place to store it and all that really helps with the longevity of everything, including the members. So.
Okay.
So what does it look like every day for you guys?
At home doing dishes and vacuuming, and then, oh boy,
At 2 in the morning.
the 2 in the morning though, that kills you. That just kills you.
The 2 in the morning call.
Yeah.
We train every weekend with the canine team, and then the ground team does training once a month. Sure. And a lot of the ground teams show up at canine trainings because an important part of that is every canine, when we work, we have to have a support person. So it's nice to have teammates that know how to support us and know what we're doing. They really like the dogs, and they're really good with them.
And they, while the canine handler is watching the dog, they're providing the security, making sure there aren't any moose or bears in the area. They're navigating, and many times they're communicating on the radio. So they're an integral part of the canine team. And because the handler, we're focused on watching the dog's body language. As you can tell, they both know there's treats in that pocket. Yeah.
And then a few of us are incident commanders, so we get a call, and then one of us calls the troopers to get more information, and then we use WhatsApp to send out a call out for the team and see who can respond, and then come up with a plan and drop a map and see what resources we need, and then we go, and the trooper may be there when we get there, but then the trooper may leave to go do something else because they know that we're self-sufficient and we can get the work done because we've trained with them too. So,
and as an example, the troopers, when they're at the academy, they get 8 hours of search and rescue training. Our academy is 32 to 40 hours long.
Ah,
So
perfect.
So a lot of times, we've had more experience that way, and they're just happy to turn it over, and because their primary duty is law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right.
They're all different.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them is different, and we're, with Lisa and I as incident commanders, everybody's trying to do their best, but they're always a different situation. Whether it's an autistic little boy to a dementia patient to somebody who rolls his ATV and is pinned under it and can't get out. So they're always different, and we respond differently. Many times we do try and access military aircraft that have the rescue hoists and stuff like that. That can really shorten the rescue time. That's what we're all about, is less risk and shorter time that the person is out in the. And because of the dogs, there's probably 20 dogs in the state, 25 that are certified. Not all of them can do everything. So our canine team with our ground handlers, we travel around the state. So that prep that we get from the gaming money helps us prepare, have some of the basic equipment to where, like Susan went up to Kotzebue this year with a couple of other handlers as well as ground team members to look for the missing, some drowning victims. We have about 10 total on the team.
Yeah.
when we do the workshops, we invite other teams to come because on searches, whoever can show up. So then when we do the workshops and train together, and then when we go on a search together, we're familiar with each other as well. So it's a win-win for everyone.
Any bigger goals coming up soon?
I've got to talk to the board, but here's a limitation we have now. We're lucky that we have a drone that actually has a thermal sight on it, but it can't fly in the rain. and all the new modern drones can fly in the rain. And does it ever rain in Alaska? Yes. So anyway, we may be fundraising for a new drone, and the ones with the thermal sights and everything, they're not cheap. You know, with extra batteries and everything, probably $10,000.
End of the month, we have 4 of our dogs that are doing their certification tests. So we're hoping
awesome.
that Temple and Hunter and Ursa and Duke will get certified.
And we use the gaming money to bring the evaluator up, because these dogs are evaluated to a national standard. So it's,
So if there's any message you guys could give out to our community at this time, what would it be?
Stay safe. Stay safe when you're enjoying the Alaska wilderness.
My big message is tell somebody where you're going and when you'll be back.
Right.
Because then if you go missing, we'll know where to look.
yeah. Yeah, Alaska is a big place.
With your rescues, how many miles do you guys think you guys travel just within not even a year, just like a month, if you're doing one rescue?
Here in the summer, it seems like. In the wintertime, it's snow machine rescue, which they don't need dogs for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we typically don't get into snow machine rescue. A lot of we'll rescue the person. We don't rescue the snow machine. There's people that get paid for that. But I'll give you an example. Last year was one of our busiest summer, and from Memorial Day to Labor Day, we averaged 1 to 2 calls a week.
So we've driven to Chitina. You guys went up to Chena Hot Springs. We've flown to Kotzebue. We flew to Kodiak a couple years ago. So within a year, it depends on where they need us. Usually they're regional, so our calls are from there.
Anchorage has some.
And we work with them all the time. And sometimes we have to kind of do the management. For example, when the winds were really howling out here, we had the search going on in Girdwood. We couldn't let everybody go to Girdwood. We needed to keep some here for reserve. So.
Yeah.
And then, so if we're called first and we get there, we'll do our search cycle, and then we need a break. So then the other teams can come in and we share data that we have, and then they can continue the search.
Because most of our members, Amber, Flo, Lisa, have jobs. So they have to go make a living like everybody else.
Flo's like, what?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah.
It's very rewarding. You meet a lot of very interesting people, because in the search and rescue world, it's all volunteers. So you meet interesting people, and then when you do successfully find someone, it's an amazing feeling.
I bet. We appreciate all the work you guys do. It's amazing. We always love seeing you guys at the hall. Our customers love you.
Will you let me call the bingo tag?
No, you can't do that. You can't do
you need
that.
certification for that, man.
No, you just need to stick with the drone here. Okay.
I hear yell bingo.
Yeah,
I can volunteer.
No, yeah. No, she yelled too early. Yeah.
I'm sure there are a few people who would take you up on that offer.
Yeah.